Tips and tricks number 5, create 3D command. If you happen to be importing 2D geometry, Solid Edge provides a unique Create 3D tool found in the draft environment. This tool converts 2D geometry into sketches and can place them onto folded planes in a selected template. An option exists to convert certain dimensions into Solid Edge dimensions. Once the sketches are placed, you can easily convert them to solids using Solid Edge modeling tools. Let's have a look at the last 2 tips in Solid Edge. I'll start this demonstration by opening a 2D file from another CAD package. For this example, I'm using a DWG format. Once I select the file, but before I click Open, I can select the Option button. This launches the AutoCAD to Solid Edge Translation Wizard dialog. Here I can see a preview of the file, change the background colors, and even select which layers I want to import. As I work my way through this wizard, I can select or set various options, as you can see here. Once I set these options, I can save these settings for future use. For this example, I'll use the default settings and open this file into an ANSI inch draft file. This file has been imported as a block, therefore I must first unblock this file before I can run the Create 3D tool. I only want to work with the 2D shape geometry, so I'll hide the dimensions and title block layers. There are options to convert the dimensions, but in this demonstration, I am just focusing on the 2D geometry. From the Tools tab, I'll launch the Create 3D tool. This launches the Create 3D wizard. I wish to create this in a new file using an ANSI inch part template. I click Next, and I'll use the scale as 1, and I wish to fold the principal views starting with the front view. I select the front view and click Next. I then select the geometry for my top view. I can now select the fold line. If I don't select one, the system automatically selects these 2 edges from the 2 views. I select Next and repeat this step for the right view. Again, the fold line option is here, but I'll use the line selected by the system. I then click Finish. The routine then opens the part template and generates 3 sketches fully positioned on folded planes. I can now use standard modeling tools to quickly create the 3D model. As I'm building this model, notice that I do not need the dimensions to create the model. Also notice that the sketch geometry is not connected in some areas. However, Solid Edge has open profile support, which is ideal for dealing with this type of geometry. Here's an example of an open profile. Notice that it's not connected to any other sketch, yet I'm able to easily create this cutout. You may have noticed that I'm doing this in the ordered paradigm, but I could have also done this in the synchronous paradigm. I can also make full use of the various extent options to control the various depths of the different extruded features. I am demonstrating this in Solid Edge 2025, but the Create 3D tool has been part of Solid Edge for many years now. So you will be able to use this tool even if you're not using the most up-to-date version of Solid Edge. Once I'm done, I can hide the sketches, and you can see how quickly and easily I was able to turn 2D AutoCAD drawings into a 3D model with the Create to 3D tool. Tips and tricks number 6, Geometry Inspector. When working with translated data, you want to ensure that there are no flaws in the translated model. Solid Edge provides the Geometry Inspector to assist you in locating problematic geometry. It will search for faults and can also search for small entities. Under certain conditions, it can also help heal the faults. Let's have a quick look at this in Solid Edge. In this demonstration, you'll notice that this is a part copy, indicating that it was modeled in another CAD system and translated into Solid Edge. Since I'm not sure how it was modeled or how clean the translation was, I can inspect the geometry using the Geometry Inspector. Notice that I can search for geometric faults, plus there's an option to search for small entities. I can even define how small is small. In this example, I'll just search for any faults. To do this, I just have to click Go. Notice that one fault has been found. I can expand the results for more information, and the faulty geometry highlights on the display screen. When possible, you can even use the Geometry Inspector to heal body faults. Notice that in this case, the command was able to heal the geometry. If I run this again, no further faults were detected. I now have reliable geometry to work with. Tips and tricks number 7, Redefine Surface command. Sometimes the Geometry Inspector cannot heal the faults. That's when you must fix the model manually. There are many options to help you achieve this goal. Last year, I included the bound command in the tips and tricks presentation. This year, I chose to introduce you to the Redefine Surface command. This command allows users to create a new surface by replacing existing model faces with a bounded surface. The model faces which are replaced must be contiguous, non-manifold, and have no inner loops. Let me show you how this command works. In this example, I have a section of a die which was imported from another CAD package. As in the previous example, I first run the Geometry Inspector to make sure there are no faults. Notice that some faults were found in this highlighted surface area. Unfortunately, using the Heal Body Faults option fails to heal these detected faults. Therefore, I need to manually fix the issue. I will be using surfacing tools, so I will first switch to the ordered paradigm. Although not absolutely necessary, it's recommended that surfacing be done in the ordered paradigm, as surfaces rely heavily on history. From the Surfacing tab, I'll select the Redefine Surface command. Next, I select the small surfaces that I wish to redefine. I can also define some options for this redefined surface. Once I accept this selection set, the command will attempt to redefine the surfaces into a single clean surface. Notice that it seems to have been successful. If this is successful, you can see how easy it was to repair with the Redefine Surface command. I'll run the Geometry Inspector again to verify the results. Notice that we have no faults detected. Tips and tricks number 8, Goto Command. The Goto command is used to insert features into an existing feature tree in the ordered paradigm. The Goto command allows users to roll back the model to a selected feature in the ordered paradigm. This allows users to construct a new feature at that point in the feature tree. After you have constructed the feature, you can select the last feature in the feature tree and use the Goto command again to return the model to its completed state. Let's have a look at this in Solid Edge. In this example, I have a plastic hook cover that needs to be hollowed out so that it can slide over a metal hook. To do this, I'll use the thin wall command. I'll enter in my overall thickness, select the bottom face as the open face, and click Preview. Notice the issues here with the existing holes creating these thin wall cylinders. One way to fix this is to use the Goto command. I'll select the feature above the holes, right-click, and select the Goto command from the context menu. Notice the rollback that occurs in the model. From here I can create the thin wall feature. I'll repeat the thin wall command. I now have my desired results. I then select the bottom feature on the feature tree, right-click, and select the Goto command from the shortcut menu. The holes in small round are recalculated, factoring in the existence of the inserted thin wall command.